Today is day 2 of our trip, and we are leaving Escanaba, Michigan, and heading to Port Huron this morning. It's a good 7-hour trip, so a longer trip than yesterday. We're hoping that before we cross back into kind of mainland Michigan, I guess, that we can stop and get some pasties for Johan and Ed to try. Looks like there's a place pretty close to the Mackinac Bridge. So we'll hopefully take a few videos so you can see what we're seeing as we go along. It's a really nice day today, sunny, 70 here, nice breeze off of the lake. This is where we had breakfast, just a roadside stop. Beautiful beach. Ed and I had strawberries and cheese and crackers and watched the birds swimming around, and Johan just relaxed in the car. Okay, Johan, take a bite. Tell me what you think.
A little bit hot.
Is it? What do you think?
Not bad.
Not bad? What do you think, Ed?
Not bad.
Different roadside stop just before we're going to cross over the bridge. Ed and Johan had pasties, or like we like to call them, pasties. I think they enjoyed them, even though they said they weren't bad. These were some bikers that we were kind of leapfrogging with. They were going along the UP. Our view of the bridge that we're going to cross in a few moments. We just have to drive around the bend. And now the long entrance ramp to get onto the bridge just cost us $4 to cross over to the lower peninsula. Kind of a lot of traffic this morning. They also had us down to 1 lane, so it gets a little slow going over the bridge, but really pretty views. Kind of interesting that there's a lot of touristy stuff as soon as you go over, right along the waterfront, and then we go about 5-10 miles, and then it's just nothing. No farms, no houses, no businesses, and it was like that for hours. Looks a lot like northern Minnesota, but very flat. So very flat, lots of dead deer on the road, and not a whole lot else. Very pretty though. Kind of a warm day. We got up into the 90s as we moved away from the lake. We finally make it to Port Huron. Ed and I put our hands into the lake. Johan was unimpressed. It really is this beautiful blue. It's outstanding color. A great breeze coming off the lake. Then we went on the Thomas Edison boardwalk. Johan thought it was a million miles. I think it was only about a mile there and then a mile back. But really beautiful. On the way back, we stopped and looked at some sculptures that they had. Johan was impressed by how much each of them cost. I quite liked these little goats here. So there's this one and then this one. Just fun little bits of metal. Lots of guys standing on the edge there fishing, and because it's such a hot day in the 90s, there were people jumping over the railing and into the water, which was kind of exciting. And there were 2 guys that were scuba diving that we saw.